There's a pretty remarkable news story coming out regarding Starbucks union busting from our friend Howard Schultz, the once and current CEO brought back into the company expressly, apparently, for the purpose of trying to stamp out this nascent and rapidly growing union movement. Let's go ahead and put this tear sheet up on the screen. So Starbucks says employees getting new benefits, but not at stores that are unionizing.
This is wild, yeah.
A month after his return to Starbucks as interim CEO, Howard Schultz has announced new benefits, including expanded training, improved sick leave, credit card tipping for some 240,000 Starbucks employees at more than 8,800 stores across the country, but not for those who are unionizing. Here's his excuse. We do not have the same freedom to make these improvements at locations that have a union or where union organizing is underway. He claims that, and this is true, you have to once you have a union, you have to negotiate with them. But he's pretending like, oh, we can't even offer it. Of course you can. Of course you can.
Yeah, but maybe they'll accept it.
Total gaslighting. Now, if the union says, no, we don't want your improved wages and benefits, then that's another matter. But do you really think they're going to say that? Ridiculous. Workers United, which is the union behind the massive Starbucks union wave, called Schultz's assertion dead wrong. And they also filed unfair labor practice charges with the NLRB. One of their lawyers said under Section 8A5 of the Fair Labor Standards Act, employers simply cannot implement new benefits during contract negotiations unilaterally. Instead, they must bargain with the union if they wish to implement new benefits programs. In the filing, they allege that Schultz misrepresented that law by giving the misimpression that Starbucks could not even offer such benefits to the workers or the union representative. Schultz's comments had an immediate and profound chilling effect on organizing campaigns nationwide, according to the lawyer for the union. And let's put Stephen Greenhouse, longtime labor reporter for the New York Times, he tweeted out, "This smells like illegal discrimination against union members for having dared to defy Howard Schultz and unionize. I predict the NLRB will move quickly to find this a nationwide violation of federal law and will order Starbucks to give unionized baristas the same wage increases." So listen, you are not allowed under federal law to penalize stores and workers who decide to unionize. I mean, that is blatant illegal activity and union busting. You have an NLRB under Biden that has, already issued decisions that were favorable to workers, both in Starbucks and in the Amazon instance. So we'll watch this one. I would not be surprised to see the NLRB say, what you're doing is just blatantly illegal, and Schultz just lying through his teeth about the reality of the law. Of course, you can offer the union workers the same benefits as everyone else. If they reject it, they reject it. But come on, you really think they're going to reject improved pay and benefits? This is total and complete bullshit, and really a new low in terms of the lengths that they're willing to go to stamp out what has been a wildly successful movement.
Yeah, it's completely nuts. I mean, when you read what he's saying, he's like, yeah, we'll just give it to everybody else. It's actually very much in the vein of what Amazon is doing. So I've been watching a show on Hulu recently. The only downside is you have to watch those stupid ads. I am bombarded, Krystal, with Amazon ads. Constant. By the way, they're not targeting well, clearly. But, I'm watching this thing. It's like, at Amazon, we give you $18 an hour, healthcare, 20 months of maternity leave. And I was watching this and I was like, wow, this is really interesting, because you can see that the public push on the propaganda from their end is like, we'll take care of you, but you better not join a union. We'll take care of you, better do exactly as we say. So this very much is in a direct response to that. I mean, I guess in one way you can say, look, it's not a terrible thing in order for them to offer higher wages in response to this historic union campaign, but trying to do it in this split the difference way, tried and true union busting tactic of old.
It's blatant retaliation. And the irony is, whether it's Amazon or Starbucks or any other anti-union corporate boss, they want to convince you like, oh, the union's not going to help you at all. They're not going to improve your wages and benefits. But then this is proof positive that even just the fact that there's a threat of the union is forcing them, is forcing their hand to provide better conditions, better benefits. So it already even just the possibility that stores are going to unionize has already improved conditions for workers across the board. So it also really undercuts their argument that like, oh, the union doesn't help you at all. Totally unrelated matter. We're going to lift pay, guys. How do you feel about that? So anyway, really, probably illegal tactic, and we'll keep an eye on what the NLRB is ultimately going to do with this one. The other story we wanted to mention to you is Chris Smalls, president of Amazon Labor Union, is headed to the White House today. Let's put this up on the screen. He is going to meet with Kamala Harris and Secretary of Labor Marty Walsh. They're going to meet today, Thursday, in person with labor organizers, including Chris Smalls and other attendees from Starbucks, REI, and more. So this is something that Bernie Sanders has been pushing for, at least to have a White House meeting. I think it's kind of lame that Biden won't be there personally.
Yeah, Kamala? Why would, whatever. Yeah.
Most pro-union president in history can't take a little time out of his day to, go and meet with the most inspiring new labor movement leaders in the country. Anyway, that's happening. And then you also have a Senate Budget Committee, of course, chaired by Bernie Sanders, holding a hearing on Amazon, and Chris Smalls will be testifying. I did get a little bit of an exclusive for us, Saagar, on two items.
Tell us.
So first of all, Chris previewed for me a little bit of what his testimony to the Senate Budget Committee will be. And one of the things he's going to be pushing for is just funding the NLRB. And this is something that the new general counsel for the National Labor Relations Board has been talking about. Union elections are up 57%. I think that's the right number year over year. So there's been a massive increase in the number of workplaces that are filing for union elections. And yet their funding every year continues to go down. And I think it's important to juxtapose this with the fact that, they like billions out the door casually all day, every week for new, military weapons. But when it comes to, they're not asking for anything special here, just literally the amount of money and staff and resources to do the basics of their job. And that seems to be too much to ask. So I know that's one thing he's going to be talking about to the Senate Budget Committee today. So we'll look forward to that. And then the other little exclusive I got for us is what the drip is going to be.
Okay.
What the fit is for today at the White House. He said he told them, I'm coming as is. I'm not putting on a suit for you at the White House or at...
Well, it's not the president, so I don't care.
Or at the Senate Budget Committee. I knew you'd have an issue with this. I personally love it. I love that he just embraces this is who I am, and if you don't want me there, no problem. I don't need to come. So he told me he was gonna wear all black, and he has a jacket that says history on the back, and he's got some black and white Nikes that he's planning to wear. And of course, the ALU t-shirt
Fit check
underneath. So that's a little Breaking Points exclusive for you there.
Yeah, like I said, he's meeting with Kamala, so, as far as I'm concerned,
you don't care?
Anybody could wear I'd wear a t-shirt. That's a joke. I would put on a suit too. But anyway, I don't find it as disrespectful whenever it's the vice president and not the president.
Listen, I personally love the energy of listen, this is how I'm
It's
coming.
fair that at least he said, if you don't want me to come that's fine.
That's fine.
I respect that, actually.
Yeah.
So I think that's okay.
So there you go. Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.